good evening, everybody. Yes, two things I was actually looking at today. We've obviously had a tremendous run in crypto in the last couple of months, but if we go back and have a look at some of these coins, especially those that have moved in 2017, and you compare it to where we sit today, we've only just started, guys. If you have a look at some of those graphs, you know, we literally moved sort of 5% against a move what actually happened in 2017. So we must never think that we're too late to get into crypto. This 18-month period is only just started right now. The second thing, Donnie, which sparked my interest today was I was just having a look at the top performing assets for this year so far. And I'm not talking about crypto, I'm talking about the total assets out there. And the asset that's moved the most is Ethereum. How fascinating is that?
Jason, I just want to highlight something that you said there. The asset that had the biggest move in the last year is Ethereum. The asset, not the asset class, not the specific, any of the others. Ethereum outperformed everything.
Absolutely. And that really, it does two things for me. It just really excites me for crypto. But number two, we've only just started. What's going to happen in the next 18 months with the assets? We're going to see all these coins coming through. So yes, as Donnie says, I would like to share something with you. This is a website called usdebtclock.org. And there's a whole lot of information on this website pertaining really to the United States. On the left-hand side here, we can see the US national debt at 26.677 trillion. And that number is obviously growing as time goes on. I'll come to the graph to that now. But what I wanted to show you, and it relates to crypto, if we go down to the right-hand side bottom here, and we just have a look at the dollar, the US dollar to crypto ratio. Now, it's a ratio that they work out, again, the dollar against the total crypto market, but in 2013, $1 was to 9,506 crypto, okay? Today, it's 1 to 46.05. So in the space of 7 years, there's been a movement of 200 times where the crypto markets got stronger than the dollar. Isn't that fascinating? And as I say, we're only really just starting. The crypto market is so small, guys. We sit here on $350 billion market cap versus some of these shares in the United States like Apple over $1 trillion, Amazon over $1 trillion. And we're only just starting. So doesn't it make sense to rather have your money in crypto than have it in a fiat currency like the dollar? Just have a look at that debt that I spoke around, and that was the government debt. And we can see how it's escalated as time's gone by and how that graph's pointing up now in 2020, how this debt is just getting worse and worse. What is that doing to inflation? What is that doing to the buying power of the dollar? And it's not just the dollar, it's every single fiat currency out there. Doesn't it make sense to rather be in crypto? Now you think only the United States has got debt. Here's the third website. It's commodity.com. Look at debt that we in South Africa have. That's a real number that I'm zoomed with that number, really. Okay, that's just really around whether to have money in rands or dollars or crypto. Now, if we have a look at the current Fear and Greed Index, now what this index does, it measures Bitcoin and other large cryptocurrencies and what the sentiment is around crypto at the moment. And we see that we are in extreme greed. And the Dow says we're at 78. You can also measure against previous time periods where last week was 83. The previous month was at 55. So you can see that the trend is moving up, that the market is getting greedier and greedier. Now this is alarm bells, because if we have a look at another chart, the next chart, what happens here is that this chart shows how the cycle works. Now we at the top here at greed, and we can clearly see that this market will carry on going up in a short period, but there will be a peak here, and there will be potentially a massive sell-off that will happen. And we'll be able to buy crypto once again at the bottom of the cycle at lower prices in the next couple of months. So there's opportunity for all of us to gain and buy at these cheaper prices in preparation for the next bull run. The last
Jason,
thing I wanted to show you, Johnny.
Jason, if I might jump in there, can we just go back to that fear and greed index again?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, just see where that index came from. Last month it was 55 out of 100. Last week it was 83. Then it gone back to 76, relaxed a little bit, 78. And that means the number of people getting into crypto and how overpriced or underpriced the market is, whether people are buying a spike or not. And there's still some space to 100, but that means the market, people are buying into greed. And that's why we can select and go pick the winners in there and those that we can work on. And that's part of what we talk here about tonight. So Jason, thanks. You can go to your Bitcoin stock graph.
Yeah, absolutely, Donnie. This dial's telling us we got still a bit of time to go, but we have to be very careful at the moment, because if we don't time our exit out of the market quick enough, this drop could happen very quickly. And to try and get out of crypto when the market's dropping is very, very difficult. You would rather stagger your sales when the market's moving up. But the beautiful thing here, as I say, is that we got once again an opportunity to buy crypto in the next couple of months at a very low price, in preparation for the next couple of months where we're going to see massive, massive gains. And I spoke about these massive gains a couple of weeks ago, and I made reference to a website called digitallik.net, and what it showed was a stock to flow model, and it's based itself really on history, where after a halving, what the price should be of Bitcoin and what the actual price is. And if you can remember right, I made reference to the two previous halvings where price overshot the model and came back underneath the model. And once again, after the next halving, overshot the model and came back underneath the model. And if we look right now, you can see that heat map, those three red dots there. What happens after three red dots? We go into orange, we go into yellow. And we're on track, guys. We're on track for next year, where we're going to see $90,000, $100,000 Bitcoin. You can have a look at the time frames at the bottom there. By the end of next year, we'll be at least on 100,000 Bitcoin. So my message to you right now, you're not too late. Okay, but you need to prepare, because the time is going to come where we're once again going to see a low in Bitcoin. And guys, that will be, I would say, one of the last times where you'll be able to get Bitcoin at these low prices. Thank you, Donnie.
Oh, thank you, Jason. It's always fun to see your angle, your point of attack, the way that you see it. And guys, girls, Jason is the most conservative guy in our team. We all refer to him to that. He's always the little voice telling us to be careful. He's always the little voice having reason in the market to see the reality. He's not one of those guys running away. And you can see that what we presented with you tonight, what we presented to you tonight, was not a hype. Jason did not hype anything. He did not hype the crypto price or so. But what we learned from what Jason has said is, this is now the time for you and I to get into the market to make sure we have the accounts open. We have the foothold. so that we can start trading crypto. And if you trade crypto, then all those impacts of price going up and down, when to be in the market, when to be out the market, is less of an issue. And so that's why we have tonight our crypto talk with the specialist in the room. And Jason, if you will be so kind as to introduce the two specialists that we have in the room and just have a little chat with them and see what comes out tonight with regards to crypto.
Thank you, Donnie. So guys, in the Tonight business, in your back office, you'll find that there are
Jason, can I just interrupt you there for 1 second?
Sure.
90% of the people on our call are not in To Know It. They don't
Sure.
know what To Know It is. Ladies and gentlemen, To Know It is a company that we use as a team to get information with regards to what is going to happen in the crypto price in the next space. So what the predictions are. No one has got a crystal ball, and no one knows exactly what's going to happen. But if you study the market, if you study the patterns, if you do the mathematical algorithms, we have a good insight into that. And so one of the companies that we use in our team to give us that insight is a company called To Know It. And tonight we have experts that's actually selling a product that can help and assist us on the To Know It platform. And so, sorry, Jason, I just had to jump in there to just be the voice of reason for the people in the room that doesn't know who To Know It is.
No, apologies for that. Yes, so we are privileged now to have two of the top educators from the To Know It platform that have done some of the courses in the back office, but also more importantly, they are giving signals, proposed buy and sell signals in another education thing called Master Trades. So we're privileged to have Rudo and Juanli on the call tonight. Now these guys haven't been in crypto for too long. I think Juanli's been in for about a year, and I think Rudo's also been in about a year. But more importantly, what they've done is they've taken responsibility for the education, and they have gone out and really gone and studied on the trading market. And they've applied themselves. And now they're teaching the rest of us on how to trade, which is absolutely brilliant. So guys, yes, we're privileged to have Rudo and Juanli on. And I don't know who's going to go first. Rudo, are you going to talk a bit?
Thanks, Jason. But I think tonight it's I want the limelight to be on my buddy and my trading partner Lee. You know, I analyze and look at the roadmap, and then he tells me what direction and how we're going to get there. And I think it's going to be valuable for everybody just to see how Lee goes about everything and how he analyzes. Lee has got a no-nonsense approach to trading. He says trading is to be done as a machine. And I have to admit that within that premises, you know, a lot of mistakes, you get to avoid making a lot of mistakes. We as human beings tend to act out of emotion. We work hard. Therefore, we have to be rewarded, you know, and in trading just does not do that to you. We study hard. Therefore, we have to be successful. Trading just does not do that for you. You know, you have to be able to press the button and let the market show you what it's going to do. And regardless whether it's going to be a winning or a losing trade, to be able to do it over and over and over again. And Lee basically personifies that within his trading ability. And I think, yeah, I don't want to say anything more. Lee, dazzle us with your Elliott mastery, buddy.
Thank you, thank you. Hi, good evening, everyone. So to give a little brief of resume about me, actually I get involved in crypto in 2016 as well. First time I bought Bitcoin, it was sitting, I think, at around 12,000 Rand at that time. So I went through the whole process. I didn't understand Bitcoin at all. I just bought because I don't know. I'm sure you're gonna, you know, Craig Van Zel. He introduced me to this cryptocurrency, and at that time I was just buying, and overnight just become, you know, really, really rich. Bought a lot. Had Bitcoin shoot up to 300, close to 300,000 rand at one stage in 2017. And every night you wake up, you see your Luno wallet, you got incredible numbers, you know, of brands popping up every night. And unfortunately, at that time, I was still buying when Bitcoin was sitting at $250,000, 250,000 rand. I was still buying in this kind of FOMO, and I got burned. Like, I mean, most of us who started trading in 2017, we bought at high, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin price dropped and we didn't know what to do, you know, and then everything became a scam. And at one stage, I just eventually gave up. Bitcoin is not gonna work, Bitcoin's gonna die. And from 2017 until late last year, maybe mid last year, I didn't want to hear about Bitcoin because I saw Bitcoin as even $3,000 at one stage, and I didn't want to buy any Bitcoin anymore. You know, because I become rich and lost a lot of money, and I believe that, you know, a lot of people is in my case. And then comes some businesses that were involved in cryptos. I don't want to mention tonight, but I had to at one stage get involved again because we're investing again money in a company that were also involved in crypto. But at this time, I wanted to understand. I didn't want to just buy and, you know, not knowing when to sell, even if you made money. I wanted to understand how these things work. Maybe in my understanding, my feeling now is buying Bitcoin or trading crypto is not the same as in 2017 anymore. There are a lot of guys that that got involved in this space. A lot of big smart investors, big institutions. And I think it's becoming a very, very difficult market to navigate around. It's not really based on in emotion, and I do believe that everything is controlled by some big companies or big institutions. And so I start learning trading with all those basic methods by drawing trend line, by learning all those patterns. And even though I was kind of successful at the beginning, but it wasn't enough because I didn't know when this trend line is working and when it's not working. And I do have some example right now as I was going to my chart. And even though I don't trade with those trend line anymore, I do draw them sometimes. And I see that, okay, this kind of scenario, it doesn't work. And I will show you guys in a few cases that right now as I'm going through the chart. So, and then eventually I learned the technique, I learned strategy. I learned how to predict the market, to see a little bit in the future what can happen if something happened right now as we speak. So there's kind of scenario. If this happened, then there's a most probability that, you know, the price is gonna go up. And if that happened, the most probability will give me that the price will go down. So I learned to play with this kind of strategy. So I've got a strategy, no matter what Bitcoin is gonna do tomorrow, if it's gonna increase or the price is gonna drop, I always have a strategy to go along that way with a correct stop loss and taking profit where we can, and so on and so on. So I don't know you guys. If you want to give me in the chat box, give me a 1 if you understand take profit, stop loss, leverage trading, hedging, you know, this kind of terminology, and give me a 2 if everything is new, if this is new for you. So I just want to know if you are kind of investing in cryptocurrency, or if you are trading, if you are a trader, or just an investor. All right, so we got a little bit of...
It's quite mixed there, Lee. So I reckon I can go through it, buddy, and then let's see if we can inspire the rest of the people to see what it is that we see within the crypto markets. and then we take it from that point onwards.
Okay. So for tonight, I'm going to share the screen first, and I will try to talk to both of. And if you're an investor, I'll give you a strategy how to invest in Bitcoin according to me. And if you're a trader, I'll show you what I can see in the market. Okay. So let's start with the traders. So now I'm using a strategy called Elliott Wave. I'm sure if the guys who are trading, then you know what Elliott Wave is. The market move in 5 waves up and 3 waves in a correction pattern. But unfortunately, it's not as easy as that. So if you learn this kind of strategy, you will know that we use a lot of this Fibonacci level to find out the target where the price can go. And basically, this is how I trade within this Bitcoin price. And as I said, in every single chart, I've got different counts. And this is right now what I see in Bitcoin. So basically we touch a high, and all those green ticks is from the past months, all the correct calls that we made within our To Know It group and the signals that were given to the members. Okay, and right now as we speak, like I said, we see different scenario, and for me, right as we speak, we're gonna go a little bit up if you're lucky because I'm preparing short. So short means selling Bitcoin at that stage and for the price to go down. But the best example is as we speak right here, where a few days ago, here I had a red tick, unfortunately, because a lot of people in our group didn't know how to short yet. So we had to call, I had at that stage a scenario that Bitcoin price can go up, but if I see that we cannot break this level, then the price will go down. So I protect my long trade on that. We get stopped out. It was a failure, but I did see a good short opportunity at that stage because we saw it coming at 12,500. The Bitcoin price is going to go down. So at that stage, we called another short a few days ago at around 11,800 and 820. We did call a short, and this price went down perfectly as we have predicted. And as we speak right now tonight, Bitcoin, as you can see, the Bitcoin price is hovering around this channel. So I'm expecting Bitcoin to go a little bit up, to go to this kind of my zone for me to take a short. And I'm seeing Bitcoin price to go down at least to this kind of area, to 11.3 or a little bit 11 and even 10,500 area. That on the short term. And yeah, so I'm using this kind of strategy, this Elliott Wave. As you can see, I've got, it's a little bit complex to learn this strategy. But this will help me to predict the price of Bitcoin in the short term, basically.
But I think that the justice, what you guys need to take from this is, there's many ways that we can go about trading, investing, learning even about the cryptocurrency. And the big thing that I would want you guys to take from this conversation is, we can dive into all the deep technicals and you can go and learn them. We've got educational products. We've self-taught, so you can go and do it the same way we did. But the hardest thing that's out there is for each and every good guy out there, there's probably a sea full of scammers trying to take your hard-earned money and to try and capitalize selling you something that you might believe is the right information. And as part of what we are trying to do is we're trying to right the wrongs out there, trying to help people and give them the benefit of the hard knocks that we had already encountered throughout our trading journey. And I think the beauty of the Elliott Wave and the Elliott system is, you do not need to know each and every rule and each and every signal as such, because in the way that we are packaging what we're doing and helping people, as we are selling the information to you live as the market is going on. So you get to tap into the information. The only key is that you need to have the correct mindset to be able to action the trade, knowing that it still can fail, because nothing in trading is a definite guarantee. And I do believe that, you know, within Dani, they've got so many tools within their system, you know, to help you with the mindset and the personal growth, because that does play a big part. You know, we get taught for a greater deal of our lives on how we should act, what is the key to success. And the sad reality is that everybody that's interested in trading has got a higher than average IQ, has got a higher than average income, and has got a definite a high school education with most probably a tertiary education, and they are still losing trades on a constant basis. So if these smart, disciplined people are losing money, what is it that creates all this loss? And it's the fact that they use those characteristics, the fact that they are disciplined, hardworking, and it has to work if I apply myself to their trading, where then we start capitalizing from them. And that is what we want to partake. That is part of what we want to share with you guys. And as a group, that is what we are doing. We are giving you a system that actually touches on each and every one of these factors. For youngsters, new people, they might just snap to trading quickly. They don't have the fear of loss of money yet. Than our old gray folk like me, you know, that really, you know, I started trading because I felt that I was in a corner. I was painted into a corner. Nothing is getting better, and I'm working harder. And that's the freedom that the trading is going to give you. If you take it from, you know, from us and take it from me, you know, I've only been doing this for a year, but I really applied my life to this in the last year to be able to, you know, dive into the greater depth. But it's not you don't necessarily need to do that. If you do it the smart way around, use the communities that's out there. Jason, Donnie, Marius, they've created a community that can support you guys and help you guys navigate the perils of trading. And I do believe that is in where the power lies. And if you look at Lee's chart here, you know, look at those entries. Look at how beautifully he nails those entries. Those boxes get determined long before the market is even close to that zones. So just keep that in mind and see what the power is that lies within his trading system. And if you now know that it has the possibility to get to that point, how much easier will it be for you to get to that point where you can trade yourself into that financial freedom that you are looking for? So sorry, buddy, I thought I just needed to add a little bit on that because, you know, it's so valuable, you know, and exciting, you know.
As a trader, I started to trade like I draw in here, you know, using these kind of lines that everybody can draw on their chart. And this is what we get taught at the beginning on how to trade. You know, draw your line, draw your support resistance line, and trade within those lines. And you, as you can see, if I have drawn a line that connecting this point, and this point forward, I would have maybe, you know, sold right here, or even bought this seller network, this coin at this stage, and then maybe, you know, get stopped out. In the meantime, the price is gonna go back and, you know, go back to the channel. So only trading with what we get taught at the beginning, or listen to those lot of YouTubers saying, okay, this is a trade line, this is a trade line that you have to respect and everything. It doesn't work all the time, and that's why I decided to dig inside this strategy more and more to find out why is that strategy not working and why is the other strategy working. So that's why I come up to a conclusion that, you know what, and plus I like mathematics. I like math. I like those levels. It's make my trading journey really easy by using a few tools, by you know, be able to draw those lines, such as 250, 618, and within those lines, I just have to put an entry box to that kind of level. And, you know, when you know those rules, the price will always come back to this kind of level and have a reaction. So yeah, if you go within all the coins that I've been working with in the past few days, this is another great entry for this coin to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, cut. You know, I'm not here to tell you how accurate this strategy is, but the most important now is really to educate yourself, all right? Because we spend lots of money in our education, and that's why now I feel comfortable of investing in this cryptocurrency. I can sleep very well in the evening. I know what's going on with the price. I'm expecting the price to go down and then up again. I know exactly, when to exit the market or when to buy. I'm not too scared to buy if the price is dropping. In quite the opposite, actually. I'm happy when the price of Bitcoin is dropping heavily, and I can see that in the long term, the Bitcoin price is going to drop. Let me tell you guys. In the long term, in a few months, I'm seeing Bitcoin to go maybe even to $1,000 or $2,000. It can be, but most probably between the $6,000 and $7,000, definitely one of the level to watch. And if the third in the fears market is real at that stage, we can go quickly to this kind of 3,000, 4,000. Even I've got a lot of target here set up already at 1,000 and something. So it's not something to be scared of. In quite opposite way, I'll be happy to see Bitcoin price, because as Jason said, this is going to be one of the last times that we can buy Bitcoin at a cheaper price, because after that we're gonna go like lot higher and see those 5-digit or 6-digit even numbers on Bitcoin price. And now I'm talking I'm giving just you guys a strategy for those guys who want to invest in Bitcoin. So based on discount or this what I can see on Bitcoin. Anyway, in any market, if you want to invest, we have to do quite the opposite as everybody else is doing. For now, a lot of people, the majority of people, will buy Bitcoin or will buy any asset when the price of the asset is going up, right? So because you are scared to miss up of the opportunity, when Bitcoin price was sitting at this level, you will buy. If it's going up, then you think you make a little bit of money, then you're gonna reinvest your money and buy more Bitcoin at 6,000 level, and buy more Bitcoin at 8,000, even buy a little bit more at 10,000. So if you do this strategy like this, you're gonna have, let's say, for example, you start with $1,000. If you buy $100 here and $200 here, $300 here, and $500 here, you're gonna have at the end an average price of Bitcoin maybe sitting at 9,000 or even 8,000, more or less inside this kind of area. Now, what's gonna happen if Bitcoin price is dropping? Then all of a sudden you will the price of Bitcoin, if you drop below your average price, you will become you will have fears in the market, and you see, okay, I'm investing in the wrong time, I'm losing money, so I'm gonna get out, and you're gonna have maybe the intention of selling those coins at a little loss. Or the more you're gonna lose, the more panic you will have as a feeling. So for the investors, the strategy that I'm giving you tonight is, if the price of Bitcoin is dropping, and we know that from like any asset, when the price of a coin is going up, it has to go down, and if something is going down, especially in the Bitcoin price, it will go up eventually in a few weeks or in a later stage. So the strategy I'm giving you guys as investors, that's fine if you don't want to trade, but you want to find out how to invest in this coin. Is if you have $1,000 to invest today, I will divide my $1,000 within 6 different lots, or at 6 or 10. If you divide it by 10, then I will put $100 every time Bitcoin price is dropping within certain level. So if today we're sitting at 12,000 and I'm expecting Bitcoin price to go maybe to 1,000, then I will go and buy Bitcoin when it's sitting at 10, another 100 at 9, another 100 at 8, another 100 at 7 and 6, and so on and so on. So at the end of this journey, your average price, if you really go to 1,000, then your average price will sitting around $5,000. And now, if the price of the Bitcoin is going up again after we reach the bottom, maybe at 1,000 or even 2,000, if we go back above this $5,000, then you will sit in a profit way earlier than if you have chosen to buy on the way up. So as investors on Bitcoin or in any cryptocurrency, we only buy if the price is dropping at different level, different scales, and sell when the price is going up. So this is actually the strategy that we must do as investors, not buying when the price is going up, but doing the opposite way, buying when the price is dropping and then selling when the price is going up. That's the only way to make profit on the long term in this kind of markets.
Can I quickly jump in there, Donnie? I want to ask you a question. Would it be fair to say that, Donnie, you can answer this for me. Would it be fair to say that your trading strategy is to buy low and sell high?
The trading strategy is to know when to get into the market.
Yeah, no, but in a simplest form.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it is to buy low, because I want to buy low and I want to sell high. That is what everyone wants to do. So the trading strategy is to get into the market, buy low, sell high. Then I make money.
Okay. Okay, guys, and everybody on this call, can I ask you just to give me a 1 in the chat? If that is your same strategy, if you intend to buy low and sell high. So there's Christian giving me a 1. Come on, guys. Gustav, Andres, Marius, everybody. Now the ones are running. So now this is the catch, guys. If you're all trying to do exactly the same, do you think it's going to work? And that is why you need to be able to learn how to trade and learn how to invest. Because it's easy when we say it, buy low, sell high, but we don't really quite know where the low is. Then we don't know whether we are buying low. And that's why we tend to, when it goes down, we tend to avoid buying because we don't know. And if it goes up, we don't know when to sell because it might still go up to the moon. And that's the crux of the whole thing, guys. So if you can just figure that out, the simple strategy can actually work. So I hope that paints the whole thing in perspective. And that is what we're doing. That is what we're devoting our life to. Just to buy low and to sell high, but being able to know where those lows and highs are.
Yes, Rudo, if I can jump in there, the key is in the market, I'm bidding against you. My total trading strategy is against you, as yours are against mine, and mine is against Jason, and Jason's is against Lee, because we all try and buy low and sell high. But if we all only buy low and you all only sell high, there's no buyers and sellers at the other moments. And that's the beauty of the market. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the beauty of the market. For anyone to sell, there must be a buyer. For any buyer to purchase, there must be a seller. For every seller to sell, there must be a buyer. And that continue. And the key is for you and I to be the educated buyers and sellers and to run away from the market when the greed and the fear is in the market. When the greed is in the market, but to get into the market when the fear is in the market. And that's the difference. That's the opposite. So we have to have a strategy, and that's why we have the kind of people on the call, like Jason as our subject matter expert in the crypto school, and a special guest on the call like Lee and Rudo, who are master traders. That is their profession. They teach and train in this. They sold on a program onto To Know It. They sold on a program onto To Know It to help and assist you and I to understand this market. And you and I can actually go onto To Know It. And the person who invited you onto this call will tell you what is To Know It. This is not the time to do it. But as we have subject matter experts from To Know It on tonight, we talk about To Know It as a company and what they provide us. And the product of Lee and the product of Rudo are products that's created and are available on a platform called To Know It. And we, as a team, it's one of the businesses that we look at because that is where we get some of the schooling, the ability to do what we do. At the crypto school, we give you the basics. We give you the understanding. We get you to understand crypto. But the crypto school will not take you to become a master trader without the help of a company like To Know It, without the help of the master traders who are selling the product in a company like To Know It. And that's the beautiful part of this. And Jason, I want to step off the subject of trading for 1 minute. But before I do that, I want you to just wind this up. I want you to just round this up before we open for questions. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we will open for questions for Lee and Rudo. But before we do that, I just want to spend 2 or 3 minutes on a different subject, but I need you, Jason, to just bring this together for us to what Rudo and Lee has told us tonight with your insight into what you started with in crypto. And what are actually the takeaways we want the customers to take away from what we discussed tonight and the access that we have to master traders like Lee and Rudo. I told Rudo just last week, Rudo, I never want to be as good as you, but I never ever want to fail interpreting the signals that you give me. Because if I can interpret the signals you give me and I can do the trades according to your knowledge, your level of expertise, I'm waxed. I'm waxed. I can still do something different and do this. Rudo is the guy doing this and we honor him. So Jason, I'll shut up.
Thanks, Donnie. And yeah, so what I just wanted to really say, guys, is that I'm sure that most of you that saw Juanli's charts there were really overwhelmed at what you saw. I could see the messages in the chat group. What is this short? What is this? Why is he taking profit below his entry? Yeah, so don't feel overwhelmed. We at the crypto school, and to note, and we will hold your hand through this process. You know, we all know that before you run, you have to walk. So we will start with you when you begin crawling, and we will help you through. And as I say, we also got products in the Tonight business that cater for beginners to intermediate to advanced. So don't feel overwhelmed at all.
Thank you, Jason. Lee, if you want to say last comments before we go to another subject, we will come back to you with questions from the team, but I know you have something that you want to say to just land us.
I mean, I want a little bit too bit into this trading, but guys, I started like you know, a year and a half ago. I didn't know anything. How do we make money if the price of Bitcoin is dropping? I didn't know that. I had to learn by myself, you know, Googling, YouTubing, a lot of information, a lot of videos, paid a lot of guys out there, and I had to pay, you know, some good guys and some, you know, worthless guys. Spent a lot of money, wasted a lot of money, paid a lot of money also into trading to educate myself. I paid my school fees. And when Craig and you know, the To Know It platform and that we are all involved here, ask us to, you know, to come and help this community, because in To Know It there's a lot of people that are buying crypto, but they don't understand you know, a lot of this market. And this is when we said, okay, you know, guys, we've learned a lot, and like I said in other webinar, this is the only knowledge as an entrepreneur, as somebody that is like doing business. This is the only knowledge that I'm willing to share with you freely, and we're gonna share in 100% with all transparency. And because I want to, the more people that are trading, the more people that understand or invest in crypto, the better it is for all of us, right? So this is the only. I have no secret for no one. You can ask me all the questions. I'm here to answer you with full transparency, teaching you guys, and you know, everything I know, everything I've learned. And that is all. That is why I like this market, this cryptocurrency, and that's why I like this community.
Cool, thank you, Lee. What an amazing way to land that. Rudo, please. I know that the radio voice has got something to say as well.
Well, guys, I think, you know, Lee summed it up beautifully. We all were on the other side of the screen. I was right there where you were at some stage. I also, you know, and we have to decide what we want from this. Everybody's got a different goal at end, so don't get hung up on the technicals if it's not something that interests you. But the reality is, the money is there to be made for everybody. Everybody's got a fair share to the market. Everybody has got entitlement to the market. Everybody can participate, guys. And some people will need a little bit more information than others. And it's fine. You know, the information is out there. We're in a decentralized educational age. The information is out there. We don't need to go through the formal institutions and pay them millions. you know, we can get it over here, we can share it amongst each other, and I think in that lies the power, guys. And from Donnie or the crypto school as such, those are stand-up gentlemen. You know, you can always count on their buzzers if you've got a question, and they will always, you know, go out of their way to try and help you guys. So you're in good hands on that front as well. And that's generally the consensus within the crypto community. Once you're among friends, but there's a couple of sharks that use this. That's why it's important that you educate yourself. Crypto school is there to educate you guys. So please take the risk, take control of your life, and take the opportunity that they're presenting you guys. It's gonna change your life, I promise you.
Cool. Thank you, Rudo. Allow me to just play a little advert of a product that we present at the crypto school. Yes, at the crypto school, we have various programs helping people, assisting people to get into crypto on a cheap and easy scale. We help people into the market, and once they at the market at the point that they say, you know what, I want to do this, I'm interested in doing this, I'm interested in getting into crypto, we upgrade them, we upskill them, we help them into the To Know It program, where Lee and Rudo will take care of them. But we have to get people to be comfortable and easy to get into the space. And that's why we have a webpage, thecryptoschool.co.za, thecryptoschool.co.za, where you can go and see a basic trading course, just the entry level. Because people ask me, but how do I know that I would want to do this? How do I know that I would like to get into crypto? And how do I know that I would like to trade a little bit of crypto? If I don't have an opportunity to exercise, don't have an opportunity to just go and try this. And at the crypto school, we offer you a workshop that is $1,495, learn to trade crypto. So if you want to test the water, that's $1,495. You actually have a 6-hour workshop and you can go and test the water. And I have people that said after that, you know what, I love this. We have people that are serious traders on this call. I don't want to call out names here, but they started with that workshop. But most of them migrated onto the To Know It platform. Well, everyone that I know on the school have upgraded to the To Know It platform. Every one of them are busy upskilling themselves on the To Know It platform, and most of them are busy with a program with Lee and with Rudo. So that is the absolute way to do this. That is the way to do it. But the crypto school is a good place to start. At the crypto school, we in lockdown, within coronavirus time, we upskilled everything that we've done, and we've gone into the blue ocean and not into the red ocean where everybody operates. And we created a new product, and that's the little advert that I showed you. The crypto school professional is someone that get access to a life coach, a business coach. You have to listen, this is serious stuff. A life coach, that means for 1 year you journey with a life coach. Whom of you had a life coach helping you, finding you? Well, in this program you have a life coach for 1 year, but you also have a business coach for 1 year. A business coach walking with you, walking the road with you for 1 year, a business coach. You also have a waymarker coach, which is a goal setting, about how to set goals. You also have an implementation goals, an implementation coach, someone for 1 year journeying with you, talking to you 15 minutes, 1 day a week, 15 minutes on video, 1 day a week, helping you to implement. And then you have a mindset coach helping you. And that is the Crypto School Professional advertisement that I've just showed you. And the beautiful part is, all you have to do is go onto the Crypto School webpage and you can get that. To have 5 coaches to journey with you on 5 different areas of your life for 1 year, for 8,995 Rand. Under 9,000 Rand. I think that is a total value innovation that we created for you, because we found people entering into the crypto market, people entering into the space, people like Lee. All of a sudden I see that I'm rich. All of a sudden I see that I have all this money. My Bitcoin has grown dramatically, but their mindset doesn't grow with that immediate growth. And in a lot of cases, and I cannot talk on Lee's behalf, but in a lot of cases, people lost the money that they made. We had someone on the 6 o'clock call that said, I've been this rich, but I lost it. Because if you don't grow your mindset with it, you're not ready.
I lost it. Danny.
Okay, Lee, I didn't want. You said that before, but I didn't want to say that here. But you now said it. Thank you, Lee.
No, I lost it. And believe me, there's nothing better than education. Actually, you have to, if you want to get involved with crypto, you have to start with education. Don't give your money to somebody else and they promise you the world. They're gonna make money for you. You know, you just have to give them the money. They're gonna trade it for you. These are all fake. I mean, nothing's come from nothing. You have to work a little bit. You have to educate yourself. And the crypto school and everything that we're doing here is really, we're not gonna ask you to give us the money for us to trade it for you. Never. We want to educate yourself, educate you. You have to learn and you have to trade it by yourself. And once you learned everything, you're gonna see, I mean, only with one computer and internet, you can make money wherever you are in the world.
That's the beautiful part. Yes, thank you, Lee. I didn't want to say that on your behalf. I never tell someone else's story. That's not who I am. But thank you, Lee, for that invaluable information. Jason, can we open the chat and the mics and say, people, if you have a question to Jason, our subject matter expert in the crypto school, or to Lee, or to Rudo, ladies and gentlemen, please just open your, unmute yourself. I allowed you to unmute yourself. You can now unmute yourself or raise your hand, and we will allow you to ask a question. If you would like a question to any, Andrea, our newest professional. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy today were activated on our professional crypto school session. So Andrea, welcome in this room. I haven't even had the privilege of talking to you before. Marty has spoken to you, but welcome in the room. What's your question?
Good evening, guys. Thank you. My question is addressed to the school. I'm not sure of the level, but I have a few wallets that I've put in crypto since, I don't know, 2009 when the white paper first came out, and the credit crunch and the whole, and then the reset in the next months, hopefully. But my main question is that if I'm trading with the South African exchanges, so to speak, or the international ones, I'll give you an example. There's a coin called Yuan.finance, which started around the 21st, 20th of July, and has had an exponential growth of 250% in a month. And that's in the DeFi space, which is the decentralized finance space. And for me to access that kind of FOMO, I couldn't work it out. I still haven't worked it out. Whether it be Binance, Coinbase, or... So I just want to know if Rudo or Jason or Lee have you guys got access to those kind of, let's call it international driven coins?
If I can jump, Lee, if I can jump in here before, I will get you to give the proper answer. If I can just set this up, because I know where you're going, but I want to take everyone with. Andrea, thank you for that question. There are many people that have exactly that question. And that's why we have to get you to understand what you actually purchased. You purchased a one-year program, but part of that one-year program, in your login detail that you received this morning, there is the Learn to Trade Crypto workshop is included in there. That 1,495 Rand workshop that I referred to is included in there. So what we will encourage you to do is to actually go and watch those 6 hours of video. The moment that you watch that, you send me a WhatsApp and or reach out to Marius, whose number you've got because he talked to you, and we place you on a morning call, 8:30 in the morning, where you have access to Lee and Rudo and a host of other people. That is for the people in our team, but I did not want to talk about that here. But we have special places that we share knowledge, and we will include you into that call. And all we request from you is to actually just go do that Learn to Trade workshop, and you can do that in a day, 2 days, and then talk to Marius again, and we will make sure that you have access to the information that you're asking. And we cannot give it here just ad lib freely, or not. The word is not freely. The word is it's dangerous for people to know some of the stuff, because we need to understand what we do. Otherwise, they're going to lose their money, because they're going to get onto Google, and our friend Google will take them to the scamsters. So that was an amazing question, Andrea. It's nice seeing you. It's nice meeting you. Lee,
likewise.
Please give your answer that you wanted to give, Lee.
No, but are you talking about this coin specifically, this one, or all the DeFi space actually?
Lee, I used Yuan.finance as an example.
Okay, no, yeah, we have we have access to all those low cap coins, all those DeFi coins, and we know what's going on in the market. This is the only thing we're doing the whole day. So we go into a lot of those new coins, lot of new, especially in this DeFi coin right now. There's a lot of opportunities there. There are coins popping up every day, and we do have access, and we do chart them. We're not only working on Bitcoin, we do study Bitcoin quite intensively, because everything is following Bitcoin. But it doesn't mean that we only trade Bitcoin.
Lee, if I can jump in there again, Andrea, can I just ask Rudo to answer as well, and then I will give back to you, Andrea, because I want you to be sure that you have the answer that you're looking for. Rudo, please.
I'm fine. As I understand the question, the one thing that stood out to me about your question was the 250% gains. And the fact that played out and you weren't there to capitalize on it. Am I right in my assumption? Now, that's the thing, guys. You know, we can sit here and look at all these things after they've played out, and then we always kick the cat in the corner because of that. But the only way that you can really do that is to have a team of researchers with you. And that's what we are. You know, we are a team of researchers. We actually hunt these things. We follow, you know, obscure people on the internet sometimes, you know, that brings you a new, you know, we had a briefing a few hours ago about a new coin that got launched 2 days ago. And then we research the coins. We understand what it's the fundamentals behind it, whether it's got legs, and then we make a decision. We'll buy it, put our money where our mouth is. And if we believe that this coin is really something safe, doesn't mean that there's no risk, but most of the risk has been analyzed and assessed. Then we'll present it even to our group. So things like those coins, specifically, you would name them. We will go and even have a look at them and come back to you with a decent report of what it is we think about the coin, you know, whether it's good long-term hold and so forth, or whether it's been a pump and a dump. You know, you do get them. So I think the key that I think you need to take from this is there's so many coins. There's over 5,000 coins. You're never going to be able to do it on your own. You need to get a community behind you.
And that is the point taken. And I kind of feel better now that my 9,000 isn't ill spent. So I'm going to tap on you guys. I'm going to be knocking on your doors.
It's fine.
Andrea, thank you, Rudo. That was an amazing answer. Thank you, Andrea. If I might throw my little 5 cents in this pot, on the 4th of July, I said to this team, go look at this specific coin. And this morning I reported back that I've taken 220% from the 4th of July until this morning out of that one specific coin. And I'm not an expert or anything. I just love the coin because I studied under a professor who created the coin.
Good
But
show,
the team has
yeah.
done the research on that coin, and we know what this coin is about. But yes, Andrea, so even I got that right. 4th of July until today, 220% out of one coin. Jason, over to you.
No, was there any more questions there, Donnie?
I don't see someone else that's unmuted. Thank you, Andrea, for your contribution tonight, and you in good space. You will get your 9 grand back quick. Gustav, I see that you unmuted yourself. Gustav Fourie.
Hi, Daniel. I have a question for Lee. I'm not sure if this is the correct platform, but I looked at his curve earlier on, and I actually see that Bitcoin and Ethereum has turned just now as we were in this meeting. And I was wondering how much time there is till the bottom of this. I mean, you showed us, Lee, if we could just look at your Bitcoin graph again, if this is the correct platform to talk about that.
Gustav, Lee will always answer anything, and as he said, open, but remember, we're not doing technical analysis tonight. We have people on the call who are not technically inclined yet, to just understanding or looking at crypto for the first time. But Lee, I don't know if you want to add to that, or maybe show a graph, or I don't know what you want to do, buddy. It's up to you.
Gustav, hi, good evening. Yeah, I saw that Bitcoin is start to turn. One thing I don't do in my analysis is time. Okay, so I can't predict when it's gonna happen. I only have price targets. And if I look at my chart as we speak right now, I'm gonna share it with you. As I said, I've got different strategy as as the price of the coin is gonna evolve. First, I wanted to short the Bitcoin at that stage. If I don't get that box, as you can see here, there's a level that is stopped exactly at this level here. The reason why I wanted to short at that stage, because my risk, again, is trading terms. My risk and my stop loss on that level is tighter because I had a stop loss line around this area. It means that if Bitcoin price goes up and breaks that line here, then this analysis will get invalidated, and I will look at another analysis. But I would have lost maybe 1%, of my trading portfolio if the price is going this way. Now, if the price is going down that way, obviously I've got also a backup plan. Let's call it this way, a backup plan. So if this coin is gonna break this small channel here, I can always take another short at that level with another stop loss that is, that is the price at, and even a tighter stop loss. If the price is going down and come back to the channel, I will put my stop loss here. So everything that we do when we trade is to plan for your losses. You want to lose as less as possible, and you want to make big profit. I'm not saying that, I've got all my trade correct, but when I lose 2%, 3%. But if I win a trade, I win at least, 3 times or 4 times more than my risk. So this is how I take and analyze my trade, and I take my trade. So if the price is not going to drop now below 11,600, I probably take another short for the price to go to TP1 or TP2 with a tight stop loss. So what's going to happen within this channel? I'm not really interested. Bitcoin can do whatever he wants to do. Just basically now I'm looking at this channel. I'm looking at this is my potential high. I can break the channel, I can go that. If it goes there, fine, perfect. I've got my entry. If it doesn't, then I'll take another short here at that stage. So that's my analysis for today. When it's gonna reach this box, this TP1, TP2, obviously I'm looking at 1 hour chart. So for me, it's gonna be there within 1 or 2 days or maximum 3 days. It depends on which time frame you're looking at chart. If you look at the daily chart, then you can plan your trade within this daily chart. It's gonna take maybe a few weeks for it to play out. Okay, a few weeks or months. But if I'm looking at 1 hour, then I'm looking at a smaller time frame, and it's gonna play out within a week time, a few days. And you can even trade within 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes. But we're not here to do that. So swing trade, I would say use 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart, even a daily for longer swing.
Cool. Thank you, Lee.
I've answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lee. You have answered my question. I have a bit of a nervous disposition, so I get anxious when I get close to the calls. I still have to relax on that and, learn to sit back and wait for it to happen. But thank you very much.
So
Thank you,
trading is
Gustav,
yeah.
for that question. You have to start trading like Lee. You have to start trading like a machine. There's one quote of Lee that I will never forget. The first time that I listened to Lee, he said, trading is easy. You trade like a machine. There must be absolutely nothing other in it than just do the trade, execute the trade, no emotions. And Gustav, I understand your emotional disposition. Don't you worry. I understand that perfectly. Thank you.
Trade your plan your trade. Risk management is really important in trading. Always manage your risk. Don't go in a position where it will stop you to sleep in the evening. If you can't sleep because you have a position open, because you don't have a stop loss or what, that's not good. It's unhealthy. So always trade. And we are here to last. You have to remember, we are here to last. The longer you last, that means that already you're winning. If you go into the cryptocurrency, you lose everything within your first week or 3 weeks. No, that's not a good plan. So we are here to last for a few years. In order to do that, is you lose small, but you win big.
Cool. Thank you, Lee. Well done. Good answer. I'm going to ask the panel, thank you, Gustav. I'm going to ask the panel to wind up this evening for us. I'm going to ask the panel to give us a 1 minute last reflection of the evening. And tonight we're going to start with Rudo.
Okay. Right. Everybody on the call is obviously here because something can be better. We all know that. That's why we look for something different. So can I please get a couple of ones if that is true? And, so that I can see that everybody's here. So I've got one here. So everybody else happy with their life? Yeah, the ones are coming. Brilliant. Okay, guys, so I leave you with something that Albert Einstein said. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing every day and expect a different result. So, trading is that in a nutshell. We have to do something different. We have to start getting out of our comfort zone. People think about mindset coaching. It's a little bit wishy-washy. I know, I was there and I needed that. There's small little things. Sometimes when you reread a book or reread something, you pick out the little gems that at that stage eluded you. Go and do these courses. Go and do these self-improvements. Even if you think, I am fine, I've got the commitment, I am disciplined. I'm telling you there's little nuggets that makes the difference between staying where you are and actually doing and creating the change that you're seeking. And once you've done that, come back to me and then tell me, whether it was and where you at. Because I promise you, it's those little things that changes your life and your path going forward. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Thanks for being here. You've got your commitment. You've already shown it. So you've got everything you need. You sat through this whole session. So you're there. All you need to do is now just action this and put your pennies in your mind so that your mind can fill your pockets.
Well done. Thank you, Rudo, as always. Lee, will you do your last minute, please?
What I can add, commitments, like Rudo said, you know what, if you really want to get involved in crypto, you have to be committed. Don't be afraid of this new world. Everything has changed since COVID, and we are entering a new world as we speak right now. Everything's going to be different after this COVID. A lot of businesses going to change their business model. Everything is now on computers. Money is going to change. So the world as we know before the COVID and after, there's going to be a lot of changes. And you are here in a good hand. We are all, we the whole team here, we are all true. We are very, happy to help people, but we can't force you. If you, like you said, you are sitting here throughout this meeting until the end, you are still here. So you are committed. Nothing comes, it's not gonna be an easy journey. Don't think about, it's gonna be a make you rich quick scheme. That's not true. Even crypto, it make you rich really, really quickly. But if you get rich too quick, too easy, something is wrong. If you haven't learned, you're gonna get burned. So yeah, educate yourself first, and then we can look at making money. It won't be difficult.
Cool. Thank you, Lee, very much. We appreciate it. Jason, your last 1 minute before we ask Marius.
Thanks, Donnie. I'm going to say my normal saying. I've showed you what Bitcoin's going to do in the next 18 months. For most of us, it's going to be one of those opportunities that could change our financial position, or be the time that will change our financial position. And it's going to happen, guys, whether you're in it or not. Bitcoin's going to $90,000 to $100,000 by the end of next year, beginning of 2022. So do you want to put your big toe in the water? We can help you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Well said. I promise you I have more than my big toe in the water, but it's cool. Appreciate that. We'll help the people do that. Marius, last wise words from you, partner.
Daniel, thank you. Yes, at the end of the day, what I learned in the last 3.5 years since I started with cryptos is there's so many potholes out there. And what we decided to do with the crypto school is to have a trusted friend and a place where you can be trusted. And that is why we do what we do. And one thing that I will take out of tonight is that, as I always say, you have to take control of your own finances. Never, ever, ever give your money to other people. And I did it in the past, and I lost thousands of dollars. So Daniel, thank you, and thank you all the guys that spoke here tonight. It was awesome as usual.